Hey everybody, Chris with Night of Living Card Games here. Back again to complete my pacifist angel run through expert NeXt evolution by taking on Stryfe. So taking a look at Stryfe in stage 2, he is a 1 scheme, 1 attack, 17 hit point villain with the mutant liberation front and psionic traits. However, his attack has a forced response. When Stryfe is attacking you, he gets plus X attack, where X is the number of cards of the most common type in your hand. So event, ally, resource, support, upgrade. And then when revealed, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a psionic attachment is discarded and reveals that card. Well, before we get to that, we got to handle the side scheme. Uncontrollable power. Setup, put Hope Summers into play under the first player's control and reveal Stryfe's grasp. So we've got Hope here. All right, so Stryfe's grasp is a 4-threat permanent side scheme with hinder 6 per player, so it's coming in with 10. Hope Summers can attack only Stryfe and can thwart only this scheme, and it has the crisis icon. And it says force response after Stryfe is defeated. After Stryfe is defeated of the last. Hang on a second here. Oh. So after Stryfe is defeated or the last threat is removed from this scheme, flip this card and reveal Living Bomb. Place any threat here on the Living Bomb. And Living Bomb will be something else that'll come up later. So that is coming up with 10. And the crisis icon. Alrighty. So that is it for the... Oh, now we need to... Oh, and I've got to flip this over. Let's see here. Uncontrollable power is a 9 threat per player main scheme. Comes in with 0. Says it goes up by 0. However, there's a star. Force response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Each player places X threat here, where X is the number of cards of the most common type in your hand. Each player may discard 1 card from their hands before calculating the value of X. And if this is completed, even though there's a second stage, if this is completed, we lose. All right, so that is... Now we need to do the Stryfe when revealed. So look for a psionic attachment. Okay, what do we got here? Psionic Amnesia. Attach to your entity. Increase the resource cost of each ally or support you play by 2. Ooh. Then after you play an ally or support, exhaust your identity to discard this card. All right, can't say I'm a huge fan of that one. All right, and now we're getting into the campaign setup side of things. There. All right, campaign setup. Gather each campaign environment marked as earned in the campaign log. Put those environments into play in any order. Here's the 3 that I get stuff from, and then I got the practice defense, which gives me a +1 and retaliate over there. Place 1 threat per player on Stryfe's grasp for each campaign environment in play. So did I say 10? This is actually a 14. Players choose either to place damage on Hope Summers equal to the damage recorded on her from the previous scenario, or place that much threat on Stryfe's grasp. I will put the 1 damage on Hope. In player order, each player discards cards from the encounter deck until they discard a minion or psionic attachment, then reveal that card. So we get a second one. Okay, Mind Alteration. After you play an event or upgrade, take 1 damage. Response, after you recover, spend a mental resource to discard this card. All right, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, so you can't just go through a bunch of the deck without... You gotta deal with the cards in there. All right. And then, as always, we choose one of the remaining player side schemes and put it into play. And I've already decided I'm going to take mission prep, which allows me to get an upgrade of 2 or less. And that is because I can get like my inspired or my sidearm onto an ally for free whenever I get around to it. So I've already got all the bad cards shuffled into the encounter deck, so save some time there. All right, so we're shuffled up here. All right, and I finished the last scenario full health, so I'm starting at 12. Let me shuffle up my deck here. I don't have a lot of experience with Stryfe. I know big thing with him is he can be really swingy depending on how things go here. So all right, let's see what we're getting here. So we got a natural flight, helicarrier, command team, get ready, Nick Fury, and a metamorphosis. All right, I like natural flight. Get ready. I'm going to do metamorphosis. I'm going to pitch Nick Fury, helicarrier, and command team as much as I would like them and draw 3 more. At this point, I'm just trying to burn through some threat here. Oh, a sidearm. That's nice. And Worthington Industries is always good as well. All right. So to me. So first things first, I'm just going to go in order, geared up. I'm going to go get pouches, shovel that into my deck. Safe house established. I'm going to get the safe house in. Now, I'm putting the safe house into play. I'm not playing it, so psionic amnesia does not come into play. All right. That is an ally or support. Okay, so what we are going to do, it's going to pain me to do this, but, well, I suppose first things first. Let's use safe house to draw a card. Another sidearm. Okay. So we're going to use sidearm, natural flight, and a metamorphosis to get down Worthington Industries. Normally it is a 1-cost support, but thanks to psionic amnesia, it cost me 2 more. So after I play an ally or support, which I just did, exhaust your identity to discard it. All right, so that's done at least. Now I'm going to use Worthington Industries to put a aerial card back into my deck. I think it's going to be natural flight. All right, so all right. And I think that's enough shuffling. And we're going to draw a card from Worthington Industries, which is another get ready. Okay. All right, so we are going to flip ourselves up. All right. So we're going to have Hope Thwart for 2 off of here. Actually, hang on a second. No, I'm not. What am I doing here? So I am going to spend 1 get ready and a sidearm, unfortunately, to play natural flight. So remove 4 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to remove it from here. When defeated, flip this card, and then it enters play with a prep counter on it. I'm then going to choose to Use that to go search their deck and discard pile for an upgrade of a printed cost of 2 or less and put it into play. I am going to go fetch Inspired. Get that on Hope right away, so she is now thwarting for 3. Now I played an event, so this says I take a damage. Okay. Now I get to draw a card because of that, which is Vivian. I am now going to have Hope Summers now thwart for 3 off of this. I'm going to get ready, which pings me for another damage, to ready Hope Summers to thwart for another 3 off of this, taking it down to 8. Then I'm going to use Team Assembled. I am going to go fetch Professor X. Get Professor X into play, and because Stryfe is not steady or stalwart at this point, I am going to choose to confuse Stryfe. Dropping my cards all over the place tonight. All right, that is that. And now Professor X is going to thwart for 3 off of Stryfe's grasp. All right, and now we're going to ready ourselves up here. I'm going to hold on to Vivian and then draw 4 more. Moira McTaggart, Superpowered Training, Razor Dive, and a Psylocke. All right, so for the purposes of this, I've got 2 allies, 1 event, 1 side scheme, and 1 support. So he is getting... So now villain phase. We would put 0 on there, and then we add 2 because I have 2 events in my hand. I am not going to... Or 2 allies in my hand. I am not going to discard an ally. Or one of the cards to do it. All right. He comes to attack. Professor X is jumping in front. So he's attacking for 1 plus the 2 others. So 3, 4. Professor X is defeated. And now we get 1 encounter card, which is Under Pressure Side Scheme. It surges. Comes in with 6 threat, and it has an amplify icon. Right, and that surges into Exhaustion, which surges, and when revealed, exhaust your identity. Into Strobe. Okay, so Patrol is a 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit point minion with Patrol, and when revealed, either stun each character you control or deal 1 damage to each character you control. Well, I'm going to stun us because we're still going to be focused more on threat than anything. All right. So Hope is going to thwart 2 off of that. I think I'm going to spend Razor Dive to put down my Superpower Training. So that is when I get a chance, I can go get my wings. All right, let's see here. So he's confused, so this would go up. We're getting at least 2 on there, so that'll be 4. I shouldn't have 5 of the same cards in hand, knock on wood, so if I flip down this turn, I can survive. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna flip down. We're gonna Worthington Industries. I think let's do Metamorphosis. Okay, and draw a card into an X gene. Safe house, we're going to draw a card into aerial agility. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend aerial agility to get an X gene out. And then I'm going to spend Vivian and Moira and Psylocke to get a Moira McTaggart out. So these are upgrades. So 1 is an upgrade, so I take 1 damage. Taking me down to 9. Right, and that is going to be it. And the reason I'm doing that is I flipped down, and I did that because I want to get rid of mind alteration here. All right, drawing up to 6. Adaptive plumage, Triskelion, soaring acrobatics, avian anatomy, techno-organic wings, and a command team. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I've got a support, an upgrade, a resource, an upgrade, a support, and an event. So 2. All right, so we are getting 2 on the main. He would scheme, but he is confused. And then we get 2 from Strobe. And now we get 1 encounter card, which is Psionic Inertia. Attached to your hero, I get -1 thwart, -1 attack. And then hero action, if your hero attacked and thwarted this phase, discard this card. What the? I've got to be able to attack and thwart. Oh. That's problematic because then that also gets into hope. All right, well, first things first. Let's Worthington Industry. Let's take... Looks like I'm going to have to do some damage this turn, this game, just to get rid of Psionic Inertia. That's... All right, so we're shuffling Natural Flight into the encounter deck. And we draw Maria Hill. All right. We are going to, you know what, let us Safe House to draw another card, which is a Get Ready. All right, we are going to spend the Triskelion and Soaring Acrobatics, actually, and the Techno-Organic Wings to play Maria Hill, who draws me a card, which is the Power of Flight. All right. I'm going to recover for 3. And then I'm going to discard, I guess, Avian Anatomy as because it doesn't have to be a printed resource to get rid of mind alteration. I'm gonna take a second here to go get my minus counters so I remember. I suppose one thing that is this, I can attack with Angel but not do damage while this is in play. So I can continue with my pacifist run. Now, granted, I am stunned, so it's going to take me a couple turns to get rid of it, but... Okay. So now we are going to flip ourselves up, and then while doing so, Moira McTaggart draws me a card, which is Razor Dive. Alright, so I think what we're going to do, we are going to spend the Power of Flight and Soaring Acrobatics to play Adaptive Plumage. So 3 threat from a scheme. I'm going to take it off the main just so I can confuse him. I think I'm going to try one more round, and because it's an aerial event, I get to draw a card into the Power of Flight. I'm going to have Maria thwart 2 off the main. Take a damage. Hope Summer shouldn't be exhausted. She should be ready. So we are going to exhaust her to clear stunned. There really is no point in me. So I've got a Razor Dive in hand, which would clear my stun, but that is an expensive stun clear. I don't want to flip this because I happen to know from playing before if I do this, then I am going to, he's going to become stalwart, and so that stun will go away. Actually, I'm going to retcon things real quick. Maria Hill's going to take 2 off a superpower training instead. And then actually, I am going to get ready Hope. Oh no, she can't. She can only thwart that right now. So, you know what? I'm going to get ready Maria Hill. And I am going to, which takes her out, but I'm going to get rid of superpower training so I can go get my wings. There we go. Oh, shoot. I couldn't have done that because I couldn't take the 3 off of there because of the patrol. So I will say I took 3 off of here instead. Yeah, I think that's the only one that I did there. So, okay. So we are going to use my wings to ready up, and then I'm going to attack to clear stunned. And then I think we're gonna break our pacifist run here at the end. We're gonna use X Gene and the Power of Flight to play Razor Dive, deal 6 damage. I feel dirty in doing so, but what are you gonna do? And now I have attacked and thwarted this turn, attacked with Razor Dive, thwarted with Adaptive Plumage. So I can get rid of that. So I am no longer there. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. I mean, it makes me feel bad that I had to actually attack, but it is the last scenario. And hopefully I don't get 3 of the same card or else I lose. So 3, 4, 5. Whew. Okay, only 2. So I got 2 events, a resource, a support, and an upgrade. All right. So villain phase. We're getting 2 on this. He comes to attack. I am just going to take it to the face. He's attacking for 3, 4, and star. Either discard 1 resource from your hand or take 2 damage. So I have to decide that first. You know what? Yeah, I'll just get rid of Inspired. That's okay. So he is attacking for... actually, hang on a second. Now, see, this is an interesting question I'm not sure of. Let me see real quick if the rulebook has it. So the boost effect has to happen first before calculating damage. So if I have 2 events in my hand, if I choose to discard one of the events, does he still get the +2 attack, Or does it drop him down to a +1? Stryfe. All right, and it is in the frequently asked questions. What happened if the number of cards in my hand changes while Stryfe is attacking me? Stryfe's attack ability is a constant ability, so it recalculates every time the contents of your hands changes up until the point where he actually deals the damage. So you know what? So I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to pitch Natural Flight. So now I only have one of every card in my hand, so he's only attacking for 2. Right, and now we get an encounter card, which is Samurai. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit point minion, and his attack has a force response. After Samurai attacks you, place 1 charge counter here. Choose to either take damage equal to the number of charge counters on Samurai, or discard 1 card you control with a printed cost equal to or greater than the number of charge counters on Samurai. Ooh. Not a fan of that. All right, it is my turn. Oh, I take 1 more from the amplify icon. Sorry about that. I always forget those amplify icons. All right. Hope should be up. I don't know why she's down. All right, so we are going to use Avian Anatomy and Inspired to play a Natural Flight. I'm going to remove 4 threat from here. 3. So taking it down to 4. All right, Avian Anatomy says this comes back to my hand. I played an event in Angel mode, so I get to draw a card, which is the Power of Flight. All right, I'm going to use the Power of Flight to play Natural Flight again. I'll just take 4 off the main, clearing that out. I am going to thwart for 2, use my wings to ready, and then thwart for another 2 to get rid of Under Pressure. Okay. I don't want to, you know what, we're just going to have Hope attack for 2 onto Stryfe. And for some reason, I keep thinking Stryfe's Grasp says that you can't defeat him, or he can't take damage. I don't know why. All right, now we're going to flip down. I'm going to use my ability to heal 1. I am going to use Safe House to draw a card into Aerial Agility. I'm going to use Worthington Industries to shuffle a aerial card back into my deck. I think is it going to be Adaptive Plumage? No. Yeah, I guess it'll be that. No, it's going to be Natural Flight. Because next turn I'm going to pop that and he's going to become Stalwart and it's not going to matter anymore. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I got Retaliate, so he attacked me, so he takes 1 from the Retaliate too. All right, Metamorphosis. All right, I'm going to spend Metamorphosis and Aerial Agility to get down a command team. And that's going to be my turn. Ready ourselves up, drawing up to 6. So we've got a Build Support, Metamorphosis, Cloud9, Downtime, Pouches, and a Call for Backup. All right, that is 6. So we are getting 1 on the main. He would scheme, but he is confused. Samurai scheme is for 1 to take this to 2. So now we get 1 encounter card, which is 0. Guard, Patrol, and Toughness. And then when defeated, if the player who defeated 0 does not have at least 3 cards of the same type in their hand, shuffle 0 into the encounter deck. Oh, I just realized. So Samurai scheme for 1, but went into my own. Let me see here. So I've got a player side scheme 1, resource 1, upgrade 1, ally 1, event 1. Player side scheme is actually the most in my hand, and that's 2, so it actually goes up to 3. All right. And a win defeated. Ugh. That's just obnoxious. All right, my turn. We are going to use my ability to heal one. We are going to use Safe House to draw a card. Cannonball. We are going to... How many cards? I have 2 cards in my deck. I am going to spend Cannonball to play a Call for Backup. I'm going to use Worthington Industries to shuffle Cannonball back into my deck of now 3 cards, and then draw a card. All right, we are drawing Natural Flight. All right. Nothing else for me to do in Alter Ego, so we are going to flip up to Angel mode. Moira McTaggart draws a card. It's Cannonball. All right, I'm going to spend Cannonball and Pouches to get Cloud9 into play. I'm going to exhaust Cloud9, and I'm going to choose a player. That player is me. Until the end of the phase, each aerial character that player controls gets +1 to thwart. So I'm thwarting for 3 now, so I take care of Call for Backup. So I get to go get an ally, put it into play. That ally is going to be Cannonball. All right, do I have 2 aerial cards? I have 2 aerial cards in my hand. So we're going to have Cannonball attack for 2 on to 0. I'm going to use my wings to ready up. You know, we're going to use Command Team to ready Cannonball to go take out... Oh, shoot. Before I do that, before Cannonball did anything, Angel pinged the Tough off. Oops. But then Cannonball attacks twice. I don't have 3 of the same resource in my hand, so 0 just gets shuffled back into the deck. All right. So what's going to happen here is Hope is going to thwart for technically so +1. So she schemes for enough to do this. All right. So force response. After the last threat is removed from here, flip this card and reveal Living Bomb. So Living Bomb is a 3-threat side scheme with the crisis icon. Victory 1, it says Stryfe cannot be defeated. When revealed, advance the main scheme to stage 2A, cannot be canceled. Alright, so we've got a 3 and a crisis icon. Alright, so this goes away. Let's see here. 2A, Left to Your Fate. Just story, nothing on the backside. So Left to Your Fate is a 0 scheme. 1 goes up 1 per player and has a threshold of 8. Stryfe gains Stalwart, so I can no longer stun or confuse him. Each identity gets +2 hand size, but increase the resource cost of each player card by 1. All right. So what we are going to do then is we are going to use X-Gene, Natural Flight, Downtime to play, or actually Downtime and Build Support. I'm going to hold on to Natural Flight to play Metamorphosis. So I'm going to drop back down into Warren Worthington, and I get to draw a card, which is Adaptive Plumage. That decks me out, which gets me an encounter card. All right. Shuffle myself up here. Now this is when it gets a little dicey because now it's a matter of everything costs more, so it's going to be harder to play all my cards. So, all right, we are going to ready ourselves up and everything else with us. All right, I'm going to hold on to Adaptive Plumage and Natural Flight to guarantee that I've got 2 aerial cards for Cannonball. And because of this, I get 5 more. Another Adaptive Plumage, Downtime, Inspired, Get Ready. So that is 6. 7 is Vivian. 8 is Sidearm. Ooh, that's going to be expensive, but I got a lot of... I can kick Cannonball out pretty good. All right, let's see what happens here. So we're getting 1 on the main. He schemes for 1, 2, 3. And then Samurai schemes for 1. Take this up to 5 out of 8. Oof. And now we get 2 encounter cards. We've got an Assault, which surges into a side scheme, Mutant Insurrection. Each minion gains Toughness. Yeah, I think... No, I don't think so, because I think Toughness only happens when it comes into play. So I don't think it adds Toughness to the current minion. I don't know. Plays 2 additional threat here for each Mutant Liberation Front character in play. If no threat was added here, this card gains Surge. So, character in play. So Stryfe is 1 too. So that is an extra 4 threat. So this is going up to 7. I'm going to pause here real quick and just take a look at the rules reference to check on that toughness. Okay, yeah, I was right. So toughness is, according to the rules reference guide, when a character with the toughness keyword enters play, place a tough status card on it. So now any minions, or at least, yeah, any minion that comes out will have that tough keyword, so they will get tough. Since Samurai was already in play, he does not get a tough. Right. So next is Wild Side. And when revealed, I have to choose either they attack me or return the highest cost support I control to my hand. Well, I'm just going to let them attack me. Now, they do come in with tough. That is 3 damage. I'm an alter ego, so I can't defend. I could have one of the allies defend, but I don't want to get rid of them. All right, my turn. That is a lot of things going on here. So first things first, I'm going to use my ability to heal 1. I'm going to use Safe House to draw a card instead. That's Metamorphosis. All right, so I got to see here how I want to do this because everything costs more now. I've got a Sidearm and an Inspired. Each one now costs 2. So I got to decide how I want to do this. I also got to get ready, which would be nice for Cannonball, but I got to make sure to keep 2 aerial events in my hand. So each one of these would cost 2, and then get ready would cost 1 now. So, okay. Not ideal, but it is what it is for going against Stryfe. I'm going to use Adaptive Plumage and Downtime to put an Inspired on Cannonball. I am now going to Worthington Industries Adaptive Plumage into my deck, and then draw a card. That is a get ready. Okay. All right. We are going to flip ourselves up. As we flip ourselves up, Moira McTaggart is going to draw us a card into aerial agility. All right. So I got a lot of damage I can place here. First things first, Hope Summers is going to remove 3 from Living Bomb. So Living Bomb goes away. I am going to do an adaptive plumage and a metamorphosis to pay for a sidearm on Cannonball. I'm going to have Cloud9 attack and deal 1 damage to Samurai. Cannonball is now going to attack for 4. I still have 3 aerial cards in my hand to take out Samurai. We are going to attack to take the tough off, and then we are going to ready ourselves, and then we're going to thwart for 2 off the main. We're going to command team to ready Cannonball and have him attack for 4 onto Wild Side. All right. We're going to X-Gene, Vivian, and Ariel to play Natural Flight. So that takes 4 off threat. A scheme. Let's do that one. And then it draws me a card. Command team. All right. I am now going to spend command team. Yeah, let's... So I got command team and 2 get readies. So to play get ready, it now costs me 1 extra. But I'll get 3 readies out of command team, but I can't play command team right now. So it's just a question of, do I pay for get ready with 1 get ready or for the command team? I think I'm going to pay for it with the get ready. And honestly, I'm just going to do Cloud9 so she can attack to deal the 1 damage to Wild Side. All right. So we are going to ready ourselves up. I'm going to hold on to command team. All right. I'm going to hold on to this, and we're drawing 6 more because our hand size is now 7. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we are getting 1 on the main to go up to 4. He is coming to attack. Cloud9 is defending. Let me see here. Event, resource, event. 2 supports and a resource. So I've got 3 events, so that's the most that I've got. So he's attacking for a base of 4. 5, 6, 7. Cloud9 is defeated. And now I get 1 encounter card, which is Assault. The villain attacks me. We'll defend for 3. He's coming in for 4, 5, and star. Discard 1 card from your hand and then draw a card. Sure, I'll discard the Triskelion and draw Nick Fury. So I didn't want to get rid of any of my events because those are my aerial cards for Cannonball. So that's why I didn't do that. So he is attacking still for a base of 4, 5. I'm defending for 3, so I take 2. And he is retaliated on by 1. All right, my turn. So since I have Razor Dive Metamorphosis in my hand, I'm attacking for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope is attacking for 2. 1, 2. We are going to spend the last charge off of this command team to ready cannonball to attack for another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are going to use, not Worthington Industries, X Gene and the Power of Flight to play Metamorphosis. So Metamorphosis drops. I'm going to drop down to hero mode. Or do I want it? Do I want to wait on that? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna wait on that. We are going to just drop down regularly. Then we are going to heal for 1. We are going to Worthington Industry an aerial card into my hand. We're going to do Natural Flight. Draws me into aerial agility. Okay. So I guess the question is, X Gene. I'm debating on whether I want to use a safe house for healing or for card draw. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. So Metamorphosis. I'm going to Metamorphose with Power of Flight and Worthington Industries. Okay, I can get ready Cannonball and push him. And I'll get a card from Moira so I can get a command team out as well. Okay, so I'm going to use Safe House to heal. 1, 2. I'm going to spend X Gene and Power Flight for Metamorphosis. I'm going to change form back up into Angel. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. We are going to remove it from this scheme. And then because it's an aerial event, I get to draw a card, which is the Power of Flight. That's nice. Oh, and Moira also drew me a card as I came up. Another Power of Flight. All right, we are going to use my wings to ready, and then we're going to thwart this off. We don't need any more tough out there. Okay. I've got all of my Power of Flights coming out here. All right. So I need to hold on to these 2 because that's for Cannonball. So I can... I'm going to spend these 3 to get a command team out. And then I'm going to spend Nick Fury on a get ready to ready Cannonball. And then it's time to go. Cannonball is going to attack for 4. I still have the 2 aerial cards in my hand, so I'm good there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so Stryfe, stage 2 is done. Stage 3 is 2 scheme, 1 attack. And he gets plus X attack, where X is the number of cards from the most common type in your hand. And then force response after you attack Stryfe, take X damage, where X is the number of cards of the most common type in your hands. So he is always punching me back. Now that is a you attack, not an ally attack. So it's not going to hurt me too much. Oh, he comes in with 26, I believe. No, just 20. Is it right? 20? Yep. All right. I thought it was higher than that. This is that wonderful you conundrum. So allies are not considered you. Therefore, when Cannonball and Hope attacks him, I won't take damage. So I'm going to use Command Team to ready Cannonball to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. And that's about all I can do this turn. So we are going to ready ourselves up. We're going to hold on to my 2 aerial events and draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he gets +3 because I've got 3 events in my hand. All right, so we are getting 1 on the main to go up to 5. He is attacking. I am going to defend, so he's attacking for a base of 4, 5, and star. If you have at least 3 cards in your hand that share the same type, I do. Place 3 threat on the main scheme. Well, I just lost. Oh, man. Dang. Well, let's see what would have happened if I didn't just threat out there. So, all right, so he was attacking for 1 plus 3 in my hand, 4, 5. I defend for 3, so I take 2. He takes 1, I retaliate, and now we get side scheme, telepathic camouflage. Each player places X threat here, where X is the number of cards of the most common type in your hand. So as we are previously decided, that was 5. And this will give us an hazard, so we're getting an extra encounter card. Well, that is unfortunate. All right. What could I do here? So, attack for 2. 1, 2. Attack for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use command team to ready cannonball. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use my wings to ready myself. Since I've already lost this game anyway, I can, and I've already done damage once. My pacifist run is kind of busted. Do I have... could I beat him this round without playing an attack event? I've got Razor Dive in my hand right now, so that's 6 damage. I can delete him right now. Again, I've already lost, so it doesn't matter. If I play Professor X, that would ready Hope, but that doesn't do me any. That's only dealing 2 damage. I've got to build support. If I get that out, I could get another command team out to ready cannonball, but that's only 4 out of the 5. So there's no way for me to do this without without dealing the damage myself. So we are just going to, since we've already lost and we've already broken the rules, Archangel is now mad and he came out. So we're going to X-Gene. We're going to play Pouches. And we are using Professor X. So 4 resources. Razor Dive. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. If you are an Archangel, this attack gains Overkill and Piercing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Angel of Death. I played an aerial event. Deal damage to an enemy equal to that printed cost. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. So we didn't win, obviously, because we schemed out. I'm not sure if I'm going to play this again. Let me know if you want to. I'm just going to leave this as is for right now. Let me know if you want me to try this again to get a victory out of it. Clearly, this one was a little tougher, and that was obviously bad timing with that telekinetic wave boost effect. Wish I would have defended with aerial agility there so I could ignore that. But it is what it is. Although, now that I think about it, I don't think I even gave myself an encounter card the last one. It surged into Vanisher and Mental. Yeah, that would have impacted things. Oh, well. But so this is a loss. At the moment, I'm not planning on replaying this one, like I said. So this deck, it's kind of fun, just in the Voltron a couple allies that don't take consequential damage, let them go to town, and Angel takes care of the thwarting. Angel is super powerful, and he can do both attack and thwarting very well. So it worked fine. Obviously, Stryfe took me out, but it's slow. Obviously, when I can't play my big 6 damage attack, when I can't flip up, when I chose not to flip up into Archangel to get that boost on damage on aerial cards, that makes games take a lot longer. So it's a viable deck, at least in solo. In multiplayer, not as good, obviously, but still potential. So if you made it this far, as always, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I think if I don't play this again, I got a couple of decks I want to try. I want to do a Miss Marvel deck. Miss Marvel is my favorite hero in this game. And I want to take advantage of the Domino Deep Dive and White Fox cards that you just add to your hand when you discard them, because she's got that Teen Spirit ability that just cycles through her deck. So I think that could be fun to try. And then also I want to try to take Cable up against Hela. Since Hela also gets buffed when there are side schemes in the victory display, it'll be interesting to see which one is more powerful. But until that point, like I said, if you like this, hit the like button. You want to see more, hit the subscribe button. You want me to play this again, or you want to see something else, just leave a comment, let me know. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll be back again soon.